revenue flowing smoothly, and profits soaring. Welcome to your preferred home for biashara.
Staying with the Monday Report, the town hall session continues right now, and it's time for questions from the audience, and there's also a lot of questions coming in online. Governor, before I bring in the CEC for education, there's a question here for you, and then take questions from the audience. Your principal assistant, the deputy governor, accused you of paying 28 companies 80 million shillings for goods and services that were never delivered. Is that true?
Thank you so much. My principal assistant accused me of paying fictitious companies. It is like 20 million. It's like your wife accusing you of stealing chicken.
It is most likely true because your wife knows you.
Very good. So, because the wife knows you and accuses that you are stealing chicken, does he call a press conference and say, my husband has stolen chicken? I thought you paddled in the bedroom. Anyway, that aside, well, there were assertions made by His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, whom I last saw him in the office 3 years ago. And he said that some payment was made to some imaginary companies. You know, when somebody says something, he's also a public servant and a citizen of this county, and has a right to voice his concern. The Assembly investigates the matter, and they table a report. The report asked me that the mentioned chief officers are supposed to be disciplined or rather be dismissed out of their duties. I want to make this very clear to the people of Kericho and Kenya. The Constitution provides that the CECs, the ones you see here, the CECs here are directly accountable to the governor because the governor has actually delegated assignments to the CECs because these are more of political officers. And the governor can decide today that CEC so and so because I feel that this is not doing well, I need to relieve him of his duties. The CEO, the chief officer, the constitution of this country realized that these CEOs are brought in from an array of government or civil positions who are highly skilled people, can be misused by rogue governors by just dismissing them up and down. And that is why in the recruitment of a CEO, the CEO is recruited by the Public Service Board. So the Public Service Board goes for an interview, shortlist, gives the governor the name, the governor forwards to the Assembly for approval. Yeah. In the same manner, when you want to dismiss a CEO or you want to release a CEO, assuming for one reason or the other one, this CEO really has stolen money. Yeah. And you as the governor, you feel that this CEO is culpable. The highest the governor will do is to write to the county Public Service Board, asking the Public Service Board that based on this investigation, can you please carry out an investigation of this officer? Then the Public Service Board in return will create a committee, establish if it is true or false, then write to the governor that we have found that this officer is culpable or not, and therefore recommend to the governor to dismiss the officer. Yes, issues, and this is what needs to be clear. I repeat, I respectfully received the report from the County Assembly of Kericho, and the report was very clear that recommend the following CEOs for disciplinary action at the Public Service Board. I have written to the County Public Service Board of Kericho to commend disciplinary action The county public service board has written back to me that there is only one single public service board officer, because the rest, the assembly has not approved the names, and there is no functional public service board. And they have committed that once they are in quorum, they will be able to dispense on the matter. Okay. And out of that, now I'll be able to release the officer that has been given to me. Okay. But that aside, as we speak about, like I said, most of these, you know, what politicians do is basically politics. Because when a deputy governor, for example, whistleblowers, you know, in case the Constitution says that if a governor resigns, if a governor is impeached, if a governor dies, but I'm not dying now, because then the automatic heir of the throne is the deputy governor. So most of the deputy governors are sleeping in the night and praying for either an impeachment to be successful or for the governor to die so that they can take over the position. But that aside, as we do so in KERICHO today, and I want to say the fight of corruption, even me as the governor of KERICHO, I have a responsibility in the Constitution to protect the resources of the people of KERICHO. It is not that I'll go home sleeping very happy when they say some 85 million was stolen. And that is why, for this reason, the Assembly never recommended for the EACC and the DCIE to do further investigation. Okay. But as the governor, I have requested. The EACC have stepped in, the DCIE have stepped in, officers have been combing the county for the last 2 weeks or so. And they are doing that, and this is very important for the people of KERICHO because there's been a Tony issue. They have been looking into the county, they have been recording statements, so that ultimately they will give us a fair truth, which is non-political, but a very objective truth on whether money was lost or not. Okay. The point I just want to make is, let nobody imagine that they can weaponize or direct independent institutions like DCIE and EACC to play their politics. Okay. When this government came in place, which I'm a member of it, His Excellency William Ruto was very clear that there is no weaponization on whatever position you are in, of EACC or DCIE, to use them to pursue a matter so that it does what? It fulfill a political interest. All right. And I'm happy that the DCIE, I tell the people of KERICHO, DCIE, EACC are on top of these cases. Officers have been recording statements, and those that has been found guilty will be prosecuted in accordance with the law, and those will be subject back to them.
Honorable Chirichiri, there's a question here from Dora Keino, nominated MCA here in KERICHO. She says we don't have an ECD classroom in Kichawir Primary School. Pupils are learning under a tree. That's in Kipkelion East. There's even a video to that effect.
Thank you, Trevor. The case of Kichawir Primary School is very interesting. Actually, it was just one day. The learners were removed outside the classroom to learn outside, to cheat the public that they don't have a classroom. Actually, there's a classroom, and we are going to build another one in this financial year. It is in our plan.
That doesn't make sense. So students were told to sit outside deliberately?
Yes.
To lie to people that they don't have a classroom?
Yes.
How is that possible, Waziri?
The classroom is there. Where I visited the place. I found that there are 2 classrooms. The classrooms need renovation. We are not refusing.
So they are not in good condition?
They are not in very good condition.
They should easily collapse on the learners?
They are, no.
So they are not functional classrooms?
They are functional, though they are not in a very, very good condition, and that's why I'm saying we are going to renovate. We are going to do renovation of those 2 classrooms.
Have they been renovated?
We have a plan in this.
So you have not done it yet?
When we start the procurement process, we are going to start with Kichawir ECD.
So far they are learning under trees?
No, they are learning in the classroom. In fact, if I take you there tomorrow morning, you will see that they are actually learning in the classroom.
Governor, what is the plan for Kichawir Primary School?
Well,
because overall you're the one responsible.
Yeah, I have visited Kichawir Primary School. Yeah. And one of the things is that when the CPC came in place and transition to grade 9 and all that came in place, our facilities are congested. That is one. And in this financial year, I had promised the parents of Kichawir, and we have it in our budget in this 2025-26 budget. So my point to the parents of Kichawir, yes, maybe some of your children have been spilling over and they have learned under a tree, but the point is I am building for you a classroom in this financial year, because no child should learn under the shade. But basically, the person who asks you is nominated MCA from that ward.
Yes.
I don't know also what is our role in the assembly in not putting in the budget the money so that we can use that.
So, and some of the MCAs are also here. Some of the members of the county assembly are here. And that has been passed directly to you. Let me see, where are the MCAs by a show of hands? Now they don't want to be identified. Okay. And I'd like to hear a comment from one of you in terms of this budgetary allocation, because governor has thrown this to Dora Keino, saying, why don't you prioritize the areas, because the county assembly actually is in charge of the governors, the county assembly's budget. Appropriation bill. Let's get one of your reactions here. Whether the microphone and get one of the MCAs. You can volunteer any of you to respond to that, because here we just want quick responses. Yes, as MCAs, start with your name and your ward as well, and just tell us, how do you prioritize the places that needs intervention?
My name is Ranita Biegon, representing the people of Chemosot ward. I know I've been mentioned before, and I'm happy to respond to the issue of Kichawir, and especially on the budgeting. To be specific, when it comes to budget, we as members of county assembly are given a leeway to give priorities based on the needs of your ward. We actually work hand in hand with the department, because they call and ask us, what are your priorities? I think this is a call when I see a school from a specific ward of students studying under the tree. I remember when we saw that video, we actually looked back into the allocations of that specific ward for the last 2 years. And the unfortunate bit was the MCA focused on other areas and not on the ECD building, which again contributed, because as a member of county assembly, when you don't budget, when you don't put a location on a specific line, it becomes hard for the executive to implement. So again, some of this challenge, especially this specific one, part of the challenge is contributed by us as members of county assembly, because I prioritized roads and took all the money to roads. What will the executive use, or where will they get the money to build you an ECD classroom? So what I'll say is, as members of county assembly, we have that role to look into the needs in our wards and look at the allocations, and where you feel there is much need, you put a lot of funding in that line item. Okay. Thank you.
Fair point. All right. Let's take the questions again, 3 of them really quick. If you have the microphone back there. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Chepon Stephen. First and foremost, I want to thank the county government of KERICHO as far as education of our young learners is concerned. I am directing my question to Madam Judith Chirchir. What plans do you have in place as far as ECD feeding program is concerned? That's my question. Thank you.
ECD programs. Feeding program. Okay, that's from David. Yes, let's get the question. The next one.
Okay, Trevor. My name is Kirui Bernard Kipkoech.
Kirui.
Kirui.
Okay.
My question is to His Excellency the Governor. Your Excellency, recently we saw you confirm more than 500 healthcare workers who've been in contract for so long. Before that, Your Excellency, you also confirmed the ECD teachers who are about 1,200 in numbers. Your Excellency, you've highlighted some of the key achievements in the Department of the Health Services, together with other departments. One question I would like to ask you, Your Excellency, we've seen your goodwill in confirming or dealing with the HR issues of all the staffs across all the departments. What are your plans, Your Excellency, in terms of confirming the remainder of healthcare workers who've been in contract for nearly 2 years now, or 3 years? Thank you.
All right. Confirming healthcare workers who still have not been confirmed. Yes. Let's take the third question.
Asante sana.
Yes, sir.
Kwa majina naitwa Kipkoech Peter.
Sorry, name again?
Kipkoech Peter.
Kipkoech.
Niko na swali kwa gavana wetu. Gavana, kutokana na mpango wa kustaafu kwa hiari kutoka mashamba ya chai ya Browns, wafanyakazi wengi wanaweza kupoteza kazi. Je, ni mpango ipi ambayo kaunti yetu ipo kuchunga watu wanaweza kupata kazi na tena kuongezea uchumi. Asante.
Okay, thank you. Let's take another question really quick. Yes.
Good evening. My name is Nicholas Kirui. My question goes direct to Governor. You have talked more on the issue of Public Service Board. Ningependa clarify why there is a delay in terms of the establishment of Public Service Board, and what are the strategies that you will put so that you will establish the Public Service Board. Again, on the issue of the signature projects that you have started, especially for the healthcare sector, is more of you are ambitious, too ambitious in terms of these projects. It's like we are now starting the devolution regime, because most of those projects would have been done in the first 10 years. What will you do so that you accomplish those projects? Because it's take a lot of budget in terms of the budget allocation for the remaining 2 financial year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's answer those questions really fast, Governor, because there are already 4 of them. And let's start with Chirchiri, actually. Plans for ECD feeding program, very briefly.
Thank you. We have a plan for the feeding program for ECD learners. Yes, we don't have a feeding program yet, but we have a miller at a place called Kedoa, and once the miller is complete, we are going to have a milling of unga that will be provided to the ECD learners. So this financial year, the miller will be ready, and once it is ready, and the maize and millet is almost being harvested, it is going to be milled for the learners in the ECD. We know the importance of feeding the children. It will even improve concentration. It increases concentration in the classroom. And therefore, once the miller is complete, we shall have the unga and we shall provide to the ECD learners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Governor. Let's start with Kirui.
Maybe I will just mention something, Trevor.
Yes.
With my capacity as the chair of COG, one of the things we are doing is to have a standardized feeding program across our counties.
Yeah.
You know, County A has been feeding children with milk. The other one is feeding children with this and this. So what we have done in my committee, which I'm spearheading, and I invited Senate even a couple of weeks ago, is to come up with a standardized, recommended by the doctors, a feeding program which will be of value to the children and not just for feeding sake. Okay. So the meal that she's talking about, once it is complete, we are going to subcontract the farmers in Soinsi, Gawit, and other areas to plant millet and sorghum. And as a county, when you subcontract them, we'll be able to purchase the same millet from the farmers, and then we'll be able to process now high nutritious porridge and feed our children next year on it.
Okay.
Now, on the doctors, the remaining doctors, we have a budget, and I think the county assembly, we have the budget to confirm the remaining number of healthcare workers. The problem we have is that we don't now have a functional public service board. I had even written some weeks ago when I resurrected. You see. See, God is very good, sir. The only person, all the Senate impeachments in this country has been taking 2 days. All the impeachments in the history of devolution has been taking 2 days. Governor's Mutai impeachment, so that you know God is with me and I thank God, took 3 days. And on the 3rd day, I resurrected. So one of the things I did, and we thank God, and the prayers of the great people of KERICHO are wonderful, and they prayed for me. I'm so humbled by them. And that's why we keep all our hearts to serve them. Now, for the remaining healthcare workers, I want to give them a commitment. That once we have a public service board in place, I've even requested the national government to give us their support, but they insist that it's only the county government who can do. We are written to them. So once we have that, we are going to do that, to employ them, the remaining ones.
And you mentioned the not having a functional public service board, which is also Nicholas.
I'll come into that one, sir.
Okay.
So the ECD teachers, there was a question about the ECD teachers that we did confirm 1,200, which I think KERICHO County is the only county in the default structures 47, which is one of the highest paying counties. When I came in, our ECD teachers were struggling. You could imagine a teacher earning 7,000. Whether you have a degree, you have a diploma, For 10 years, they were earning 7,000. Then I came and said, no, this is abuse of profession.
Yeah.
Then I gave them dignity. Today, my certificate teacher is earning 25,000 shillings, more than a HSS intern teacher who is earning 17,000 shillings in national government. My diploma teacher is earning 3,000, and my degree teacher is earning close to 40,000. I have equally employed ward supervisors to man learning in those classes. We have a budget of employing 210 additional ECD teachers in this financial year, so that we meet the shortcut. But however, like I said, we still have the question of the public service, which I'm coming to conclude with it.
Yeah.
Somebody has asked me about Browns.
Yes.
And there was a letter that that seems to ask the staff. You know, we have had circles of these multinational estates. We had some Mzungu in the back, and you remember, I still have an open file. That's why I don't want to comment about it, that the DCIE or the same, because they say that I was leading the touching of machines. But then you look at me, I'm not that good, you know. The point is, we had our differences with them. And it's good this question has come up. The former investor that left, the Ekatera and the Chemis Finlay, we had our points of departure. They were paying 264 shillings per acre as landlords of the county. I said, I'm not accepting this one as the governor of this county, because it's not value. So today, they have pushed it to 3,000 shillings, which I think is an achievement, because from 264 to 3,000 shillings per acre is a huge achievement for me. One of the things with the new investors came in, I saw that letter and I reached out to the leadership and the management of those particular tea estates to ask them, are you, because you're a new investor, are you saying that you are kicking away the workers? Are you saying that because you are new, you need new blood? Because the labor laws protect every single worker. So what we have agreed with them is that in their program, if there's anybody who wants to retire, has to be voluntarily, and not a mass that they go. And I have even invited them next week to the office, the top leadership, so that we agree on subsidy. Because one of the arguments I keep telling them is that don't harass the workers. Let's give people a good space to work. Let's give also the community to benefit. In fact, one of the issues that the latitude we discuss with them, away from the workers working there, I have asked them, instead of blaming policemen, when you go now along the tea estate, you see some theater of the absurd. You have policemen being employed to watch the machines, a good number of policemen. And I say, why are you wasting resources? The policemen have better things to do for this country. Why can't you employ the locals from where the boundary of the tea estate is? They come in black and they become your watchmen and take care of your plantation. And I'm happy with the new investor. We have made good progress on the same. And so I want to assure the workers in those tea estates. There is one also, the flower farm. There is a flower farm at Black tulips. That's not a very good investor. You know, I wear camels on this one, they're beginning to behave. And I hope I'll not be impeached again on this one. But I'm putting on camels again to go to that black, because the way they are handling the workers there is worse than how the colonizer was handling the slave at that time. Terrible. The wages, the conditions are not very good. And so we are sure that we are having discussion with them, so that at the end of the day, we want our investors and we want to encourage them to invest in our county. But at the same time, we are saying also that we create a humane condition where people can work in a very good way, and the community seems to own also those line of investors. But we are brought over investors. I can say the ones that we have now, we are working well as the leadership of the county. We are engaging to them. Lastly, on the question of public service management, I sent in the names around some 6 months ago. You see, the procedure is when the public service board is also aspiring, 3 months to, you give them a notice, and then you send the names to the county assembly. So I sent it to the county assembly. However, the names were not approved for one reason or the other one. I have equally resend in a new list, because the law says that if the other list is rejected, then the governor, this is a select panel, so the governor sends in another list of select panel so that they'll come and interview a constitutional body called the Public Service Board. When I send the names, I've not received a report. But to answer that very well, I have a senior member of the county assembly who is a former deputy speaker,
Yeah.
and is also sitting in the Assembly Service Board today. And a very good friend of mine, he's a PhD holder, a serious man. He's called Mheshimiwa Eric Beth. He can answer because he's in the Assembly.
Okay. Pass the microphone to Eric. He's right here. Let me have the microphone to Eric to answer the question. This was Nicholas Kirui's question on the establishment of the Public Service Board and why it's taking too long. Yes, sir.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Eric Bett, also the area MCA. So the question Governor has put on me is a straightforward question, asking the assemblies to approve the names of the selection panel, of which you have not done so.
Why?
So it is. It comes to the office of the Speaker. That is sent to the. There's a panel called Appointment Committee, which is supposed to vet and bring before the Assembly. So that committee is yet to bring the report before the Assembly.
Okay.
So as it is now, we're waiting for the committee to give us that feedback so that we can deliberate and discuss.
Why?
I don't have that answer.
Yeah, he's not a speaker. He's not a speaker.
I'm in the appointment committee, so I can't answer that one at the moment.
So you don't know why there's a delay?
I don't know why.
Okay.
Yes.
But it should have gotten to you by
Should have gotten to the floor, because we have committees in the Assembly. So a committee discusses a matter, it comes before the whole House, and then all of us discuss and approve or reject. So it's simple as that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I can still hear most of them asking you why, but you've already mentioned that you don't have the answer to that. Yes, sir. Are you also an MCA? No. Okay. Yes, sir. Give him a chance. He's right behind you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Your Excellency, the Governor. As I was listening to the deliberations that you've actually made concerning the Public Service Board, my also mental flight went as far as asking more questions. Like it has been lined up, Your Excellency, that there are also CECs who have been lined to be impeached. The County Service Board has not been formed. There are people who should be engaged. And according to the recommendation of the ad hoc committee, Your Excellency, they had recommended in their recommendations that you were required to, to have the Public Service Board to investigate, or rather to administer the discipline for those people who are actually believed to have actually swindled the money. And that thing was not done. You were not given the chance. Now we have the Public Service Board, which is so clear that it has been sat on. It is very clear that somebody is sitting on that thing. Now, in this situation, Your Excellency, it's like you are under siege. And I don't know. So, anyway, what we can say, Your Excellency, I think for you to come out of this problem, I saw you attempting to write a letter, or you wrote a letter to the Speaker of the County Assembly, which they objected, and they said they wanted to put their house in order. And even before the house was actually put in order, they were already organizing for the impeachment of the CECs. I don't know which order. Is the order that they were looking for was to impeach these CECs before they come to you, or we don't know.
Okay.
But what we are saying as a public, we are not really happy about what's happening in our county. Okay. We are not happy. Because if my fellow doctor, who is also an MCA, who is seated in that committee, cannot explain why all this time, 6 months down the line, nothing has been done, and then there is no answer. He doesn't have an answer to give. What can we say? What can we conclude as a public? Anyway, I want to direct my other questions to the CEC, trade, industrialization, tourism, and all this. You know, you are going to see, this is the center where we believe it will really improve, create a lot of employment opportunities to our youth. But somehow it does not really sound well. Because I could hear only the employment that has been done by the county government. Our employment to do with the ECD teachers and maybe talking about that. But how about the people, the public, our young people who are seeking for employment opportunities? What arrangement has been done in the county government to engage these youth in the gainful employment opportunities. So that is something you, Your Excellency, must also consider. Because we were saying, if we are not going to get the gainful, the jobs that are actually regular, why don't you come up with a revolving fund that we can have actually this revolving fund going to this public, so that as they work about looking for jobs, at least they are having what to do in their own mindset. Otherwise, may God bless you, Excellency. But I'm sorry to say you are under siege, but you are under siege.
Thank you, sir. Where is Honorable John Cheriot? John Cheriot is the CEC for Trade, Industrialization, Innovation, Tourism and Wildlife. You've been mentioned in terms of gainful employment for youth, but that is also something, Governor, you can respond to. Honorable Rob, you'll talk about the revolving fund, which is a suggestion from Zay as well. Yes, sir.
Good evening, all. My name is John Cheriot, the Minister for Trade, or the CCM for Trade, Industrialization, Innovation, Tourism and Wildlife. Our role is enable us to enable to create environment where business community are able to establish and commercialize their business and be able to employ. So what we are looking at is like for markets. In the markets, we are looking at opportunities, and what we are trying to do is, what are the needs in establishing a market? The needs in establishing a market are four. First of all, establish that there is water. There is water in the market. There is security. There are drainages and sanitaries that will bring the community or the business community into life in the various sectors, in the various areas where the trade are being conducted. Okay. So, and that's something that our able governor is actually looking into. We have just come in as the CECs, and we are working on that in the new budget, the budget that is being rolled out at the moment. We've talked about the revolving funds. Sometimes back around 10 years or in the previous government, there was an establishment of enterprise fund to a tune of about 100 million. This was dispersed, but at that time, there were no rules or policies that were meant to govern and have this money in and out. Now we are working on that one. We have also the establishment of a board, which we are also looking to make sure that the board is running. 3 years down the line, we haven't had it, but now we are looking into that to establish a board that will facilitate the operational or operationalize that revolving fund.
Okay, let me bring in Honorable Rob on this. Yes.
Just before Rob, quickly, you know, the trade is an enabler, right? The county enterprise fund, we didn't have proper legislation. The cabinet has come up with a legislation. We are also working with the Committee of Trade in the Assembly so that we create a law that will see people return the money. We have negotiated with Kenya Commercial Bank to have the interest at 3% and actually provide some 3 or 4 months grace period for new business people. So that if a young man today wants to do business, we have signed an MOU with KCB that through our county enterprise, which guarantee the loan, this young man will be able to go for this loan at a 3% interest rate, and is given around 4 months grace period for his small business to start up. It is what we are working on because the legislation needs it. But very importantly, on the markets, and I know time is gone. Today, when I took over as the governor of this great county of KERICHO, our traders have been suffering in KERICHO market here. What the contractor had left side, I called the contractor back, I whipped him back to work, and today, as we are speaking at our urban modern market in KERICHO, we injected more resources, and today we are 98% done. We are just finishing on the washrooms, and in 2 weeks' time, I'm handing over the market to our traders in KERICHO town. I think this is very important. At Sondu, a very vibrant market. And I want to thank Professor Anyang Yong that today we have managed to sit as the two governors and we have brought peace and stability in Sondu. The market in Sondu, which was told, I want to report to the people of Kericho and the people of Sondu that the contractor has come back to site, and we have given them a latitude of 2 months to complete the market at Sondu, and we'll hand over back the market to them. Yeah. We have done stalls at Nyakajo. We have done stalls when I came in at Kapsoid. We have done stalls at Litein. We have done stalls at Ainamoi. Yeah. In partnership with the national government. And you see, of course, market is and trade is a devolved function. Today, under His Excellency William Ruto and the partnership of the county government of Kericho, we are building a modern market at Kapkatet, which is almost complete. We are equally doing a modern market at Belgut, so short. We are doing a modern market at Lilu. We are doing a modern market at Chepsayon. And we are doing a modern market at Jiljila. The next phase, and I have had conversation with Hinga on this one, is to have another market at Kipsitet, and we are buying land at Kiptere so that we also build another market at Kiptere. Okay. So, and we have expanded to border sheds. If you look around Kericho, we are not there yet, but we are also putting in place spaces for our border, working the, you could see in the media last year, the residents of Kiptere used to march up and down, saying they don't have a toilet. Today, I have delivered for them a toilet, I have delivered for them water, and I'm working on a market for them.
Okay, Governor, now that you're still on the floor, are you concerned about what Mzee said, that your CECs are facing possible impeachment?
You see, in the tragedy of Macbeth, which is one of my favorite texts, you know when Macbeth killed King Duncan, it reached some point of time where the blood was too much on his hand. And he wanted to turn back because he's guilty. He has killed Banguo, he has killed all these people. But then he says that I have waited through this blood to stop. I must finish waiting on the blood. Yes, I am very concerned that the CECs there is a motion to impeach the CECs. I have engaged the leadership of the county assembly. I've reached out to the leadership, but I thank God that there is a conversation we are having with them, that let us look into the picture, into the bigger picture. Let us not just create chaos for chaos sake. Let us know that we only have, this is almost the last financial year. And the people of Kericho are suffering. They still need the roads, they still need the medicine, the hospitals, they still need the services. When you sack 6 or impeach 6 cabinet ministers, what means is that we remain with 4. By remaining with 4, it means that government cannot transact any business. It means we cannot have a supplementary budget. We cannot have government operations running in smoothly. And I say effortlessly, let us come together, good people. Let us sit. If there's a problem, we see how to go about the problems, because there's no family without problems. And I have reached out to the leadership of the assembly, in this case, the majority leader and others. And I'm happy that there's a semblance of discussion on how we can go beyond this stalemate and resolve these problems amicably together. Okay. But then, be it as it is, like I said before, after every fight, fights comes in with a lot of pains and wounds. And I have come and say, if Jesus Christ was able to look into the people who are hanging him on the cross and say, forgive them, I have said, let us embrace the tone of forgiveness in the county. Let us know that it is only 1 year, and I have pleaded to the assembly and persuaded them that let us embrace forgiveness and togetherness. I say this even because just on 14th, 150 Kanjos Askaris had their contracts coming to an end. 150 families, 150 homes on 14th, on 14th, began going home without bread. Why? It's because we don't have a public service board to extend their contract. There's a budget to pay them, but because there's a stalemate in the assembly on the public service board, these innocent people, because maybe somebody there thinks that by not having a public service board to punish the governor, failed to realize that we punish the larger population of Kericho. So I asked the people of Kericho to still be patient. As I still negotiated the assembly, I had written a letter to them, invited them for a discussion. I have equally engaged them individually because I have taken the responsibility of the father of the county. That those who believe in me, those who doesn't believe in me, I'm bringing them, all of them together. A classic example, my brother here, Diaz, in the first impeachment, he was with me. Then in the second impeachment, he was not with me. But today, we are with him here. Why? Is a sober, is a great leader who believes that we can let water go under the bridge and we can work for the interests of the people of Kipchebor and the people of Kericho. This is the attitude that we require. That you see, once a fight is over, we don't fight forever. We come as brothers. This is one family. We come together as a family and say, let us resolve our problems for the interest and for the sake of the great people of Kericho.
Okay, let me take a final round of questions, just 4 questions as we wind up because it's almost midnight and I see there are many questions. So I think then what we will do in the interest of time, we will do flash questions very fast. All my panelists write down your questions. We'll take as many as possible so that in your final round of comments, you answer all of them. Let's go.
Kelvin Kipchirchir Ufa. I'm a resident of Kipchebor Ward.
Yes,
and I have a question. First, I should begin by lauding the Excellency Chopiri for the good work he has done over the last 3 years. And maybe if I can direct my question to CC Health. What plans do you have to ensure that nurses extend their services to weekends? Another question. We have a theater wing in Ainamoi sub-county, Ainamoi Ward to be specific, that has stalled for the last 4 years. What does the governor think in putting or injecting funds to that dispensary or health center?
Thank you, Kelvin. Let's take another question really fast. Yes, ma'am.
I am Chepkemoi Masi from Belgut, Kabianga. So I am having 2 questions directing to our governor. So we were worried as, I'm a poultry farmer, we were worried the other time during your impeachment. But thank God we are here now. There were so many ongoing programs and projects, like a good example is NAFCPD. So Governor, what are you promising us? We know there were many programs directly linked to the farmers. So my second question is to our CEO, Kericho County, Agriculture. So there was this budget which was passed by our MCAs concerning the chicks delivery. So CEO, what are you going to do for us farmers? Again, what other goodies do you have for farmers? Thank you. And
Thank you.
I'm having a concern, Mr.
No, we have quite a number of
Our
questions.
governor,
Chepkemoi, thank you. Those are enough. 2 questions are enough. Tafadhali. Let's do.
My name is Kennedy Chepkwan.
Kennedy.
My first question goes to our CC Agriculture. We've seen many counties engaging in carbon trading and carbon offsets. Do you have any plans in introducing the carbon market in Kericho, especially to the coffee farmers?
Okay.
Number 2 is the CC Health. You've talked about our community health promoters. When are you intending to pay their stipends and their area stipends?
Thank you. Thank you, Ken. Yes. Let's take another one really fast. Yes.
I wanted to know. Okay, I'm Eliab Chiruyot.
Chiruyot.
My concern is whether we have a policy in the county of Kericho that can help our young people generally to get employed. One is if we are able to have like 70% of all the employees in our county, from even the petrol stations to the hotels, even to the banks. If we are able as a county to control 70% of all the employees to be the locals, and then we import only 30% from the outside. Is it possible?
Okay.
If that policy can be made to only specifically in Kericho County.
Okay.
And then I also want to know, the last time, this is now to the governor, I overheard some signatures were going around. I don't know whether that plan of dissolving the county is still there, or we call it off?
Okay. Yes.
The last one I can.
Okay.
So,
my name is Vincent Ruto, a resident from Kipchepar Ward.
Yes.
My question goes directly to His Excellency the Governor. During the recent impeachment, we have seen you, the Governor, sticking so much on County Assembly not meeting the threshold and sidelining other allegation tabled before you by the other committee. Could you please give us the clear picture so that we get to know this other allegation is true or false? I know you might direct my question to DCIO, but if in case the same allegation is drawn back to you, are you ready to be prosecuted and go back to jail? Thank you.
Okay. Okay, there's a lady here. Let's finish with the lady who was somewhere here.
So, I'm Lawi Langat.
Hold on one
I
second.
came from Chep.
Yes.
So, my only
Lawi.
question is only on Governor. I love the fact that you have insisted your stand on being the father of the county. And also, when it comes to county running, you've said you are the father. So in governance, I believe accountability is something that is on top on you. So Governor, you have said that in a place called Cheromit, you are doing a water project there. I want to ask Governor, this is now not personal, but I just want to ask that, do you have any political vendetta with the area MCA? Because the same place, in a place called Seretut, where Honorable Irene comes from, there's a water project that was drilled, but it's not working. Within also, let me say something like a kilometer, a place called Koselein, there's also a water project that was done by the MCA.
Good.
Now, Governor, let me ask, because this is a matter of using the public money to do something that will benefit the public also. So my question is, how will that be that you do something in a place where you could have just gone to a nearby place, then you maximize on that place with the same project?
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. There's a lady here who was standing up. Kindly pass the microphone to her, then we'll come to you to wind up. Yes. Let's hear the lady. I'll come to you, sir. I'll come to you.
Okay, good evening.
Yes.
I'm Evelyn from Soin. I have a question to the CEC. Let me say thank you for the digital program that has rolled out in the ECD centers. We say thank you as teachers. When is it going to roll out to other, those which they have not received? Okay. Number 2, let me say thank you on behalf of all the ECD teachers for giving us PNP. Thank you, Jovre.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, my name is Andrew Bett, also from Soin. Funny, we are coming a bit late in the day, but 2 questions. One for my friend, the CEC Agriculture. Magarer, you have mentioned that sugar is coming up in Kericho County. We are going to have 3 factories in the next 2 years. But there is going to be a shortage of sugar cane. What are you doing for the sugarcane farmers to get seedlings so that they can grow more cane to satisfy these 3 factories which are coming up? Knowing also that there are factories in Kisumu who are competing for the same sugarcane. So please, can you roll out the seedlings? You've mentioned coffee and other products. Can you say more on sugarcane? You know, that's my area. To the governor, with your roots in Soin, what is your Marshall Plan for the people of Soin?
Yeah.
The sub-county has just been the number 7 sub-county in Kericho County.
Yeah.
But you have hardly mentioned anything about Soin here tonight.
Okay.
Why don't you mention something so that the people of Soin can stop sending me messages?
Okay.
The health center or the dispensary at Kipsitet, can it be a level 4 hospital? Can you put the 58 million that you're putting in other places?
Okay.
Water.
Yeah.
When are we going to have Soliat water project operational?
Correct.
It was a strategic intervention program
Yeah.
under Timberwet.
Yeah.
12 years down the line, 103 million, no water.
Yeah.
And you know Soin is marginalized.
I know.
I don't need to tell you.
All right. Thank you so much. One final burning question. Yes.
Okay,
Now there'll be two.
Cheruyot.
There's you, and then we've closed there. Yes.
Okay, I'm Hilary Cheruyot. I had a concern, and I think it pertains all of us. It's pertaining share registration.
Sure.
We are actually down. I congratulate CC Health, Dr. Ekwam, of what he has been doing. Very soon we are going to roll out the Taifa Care. So the question goes to all of us. Let's spread out the word. Let's collaborate with CHVs. Then also I'll include a truthfulness way for the county assembly to operate. At times we struggle punching the governor, but in real sense, it's the issues which goes to the assembly which aren't genuine. For example, someone, Dr. Mutai knows, I come from Kunyak Dispensary. It has been a sideline area. He has a mega project there. Then during the impeachment, they put some 1-2 words which aren't necessary. And it became like giving out the bad picture. So I think to my fellow guys ahead, let's try and give a true picture of the progress. Actually, Governor Kunyak residents send greetings.
Thank you.
You had promised that no CC should be sitting in office. Dr. Ekwam, because I'm in health, he has been active. MPDSR actually last month, I can report that we never lost a mother, never lost a child. Because actually each and every time, I wonder at what time does he sleep? Then you find that he's in the list of being impeached. I wonder how we are operating.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you very much. Last one, yes.
Thank you very much. Trevor and Our Excellency the Governor. My name is Alan Kipchirchir from Soin. So I really wanted to support what my seniors here have said, especially Andrew. Actually, it's true we are getting messages, a lot of messages from Soin right now. And worst of all is the tragedy that happened last. It was one of the worst. And I can confidently tell us all, in fact, we have heard of many hospitals across our county that are coming up. And I can assure you, if we had one facility of a better level at Soin, we could be able to save some lives from that tragedy. Okay. Actually, we really want to hear, or they really wish to hear, something that they can survive on. When such a thing happens, the nearest place they can rush to is either Sigawet, or as far as here, Kericho town, or as far as Kisumu probably. That is a place that stays alone and probably needs some support. Okay. And it's also a challenge, it has a bigger challenge of water. That is for those people who know Soin. Actually, that is a place that needs a mega project of water. Otherwise, I really want to compliment on what you are doing in our county. Okay. And as staffs of health, currently people are smiling. Thank you very much, our governor.
Let's start with the CEC. We've run out of time. It's almost midnight. Let's hear the responses first. No, there are more than 11 questions that have been posed here. So I want to do them justice by giving them a chance to respond as we wind up. Yes. There's no time up there, and there's no time for heckling either. So it's for you.
Thank you. I would like to respond to the questions posed to me through to the Department of Health Services. First and foremost, I would like to thank the residents of Kericho County for ensuring that they register with the Social Health Authority. As we speak, Kericho County is number 8 nationally in terms of registration with SHA. We are at 53.6% of our residents who are registered. We still encourage you to continue registering. We have registration desks in all our health facilities. And I would also like to thank our CHPs. Our CHPs have really done a great job. They have supported us in this SHA registration, and they are with you in the communities. Secondly, I would like to apologize to our CHPs because in the months of July, August, and September, they are yet to be paid their stipends. This is something that is beyond the department, but I want to assure you that next week, we are going to make full payment for the 3 months stipend for the 3 months. Secondly, there is the issue of the Ainamoi Theatre. The Ainamoi Theatre has really taken a bit of time, Part of the challenge is because the contractor who was on site actually deserted the project. But earlier in the year, we were able to get in touch with the contractor, and we have negotiated so that they are able to come and finish the work. Actually, the project is also at 85%. Whatever is remaining is work of that would probably take about 1 month. So we are already in negotiations with the contractor, and I would like to assure the residents of Kericho County that in the next maybe 3 months, we should be able now to push them, to push the contractor to come back and finish. Lastly, on the issue of nurses operating dispensaries beyond on weekends, I would like to inform you that public servants work for 40 hours in a week. Most of our dispensaries are operated by one staff, one nurse. So when they work Monday to Friday, that is already 40 hours. So with the support we have received from the county assembly, we have already recruited another 136 nurses, but we still want to call upon our members of the county assembly to consider the Department of Health Services in the next recruitment, so that once we have at least 2 nurses, then we can push our staff to now also operate on weekends.
Was it in one line, what is the status of the CHP paying stipends? That was a question from Kennedy.
Yes, they have not been paid for July, August, and September, but we have already processed their payments. And next week, I want to assure the CHPs that they would be paid their arrears for the 3 months. Thank you.
There's a young man at the corner who keeps saying hajaongea. What is so burning, sir? Yes.
Wacha niseme jambo halafu nitampatia.
Very fast.
Majina?
You keep saying hajaongea. There's one man who keeps saying hajaongea hapo nyuma. So let's hear what is so burning that he has to say. Start with your name.
My name is Peter Keegan.
Yes, Peter.
I'm a resident.
Yes.
My question goes straight to the Minister.
Minister for? Okay.
That the status of the now, Nyagacho Road has created issues. Actually, when it comes to Gorofa, always there's accident. So we wanted to know the status of that road.
Thank you, sir. That will be answered. Where is the CEC for roads? Nyagacho Road in one line, so that he feels at least ameongea. Yes.
Good evening. My name is Brenda Bilby, the CEC for Public Works, Roads and Transport in Kericho County. I want to thank the person that has raised the question, Keegan, and that road is currently being worked on. We're in partnership with other agencies who we are partnering together to be able to ensure that we work on that road. Kericho County experiences very heavy rainfall. That means that the road infrastructure gets destroyed the most, and it's the most affected across the county. Thank you.
All right. We only have 5 minutes to midnight, so Margareta, I'll come to you. One-line answers as we go. 5 minutes to midnight, so you all have a minute each.
Thank you, Trevor. Before I'm impeached, let me quickly maybe answer. I'll try to answer as quickly as you have given us the time.
Chepkemoi on budgets of chicks delivery?
Yes, on chicks delivery, that's on course.
Okay.
I think through our program, the National Value Chain Development Program, we are going to do exactly that.
Okay, when?
So,
just give me one-word answers. When, by when?
Anytime from now.
Okay.
Because we are on.
Carbon trade?
Carbon trade, we already have 2 organizations which we are working on the purchase of the carbon credits. Cereal Growers Association and one called Solidaridad.
When will it roll out?
No. That's a program. That's they undergo some assessment on what they are doing so that they qualify.
Is it a viable option?
It is.
He was talking about coffee and carbon trade.
It's a viable option.
Okay.
I just want to remind them that also the protecting the natural forests around the coffee plantation is important, because that is what leads to, high score in terms of that purchase of the carbon credits. And then, of course, the issue
on shortage of sugarcane plants for the farmers.
Let me just say, certification also is important for. They need to work hard with some of the standards that they have, like gold standards, VERAS and fair trade. Mutai has said what are the plans that we have. Yes, we have plans, and I mentioned earlier, Trevor, that we are expanding also on Ken. Just 2 days ago, I had a meeting with the Kesreti officers, and we have plans to introduce a 12-month maturity cuttings in cane. Okay. So we are going to be harvesting our cane in under 1 year going forward when the county government of Kericho is going to purchase the cuttings to extend to the farmers around our cane growing areas, especially Soin and Inamoi and parts of Kipkelion West.
All right.
Yes.
Honorable Rob, just 1 minute closing remarks from you.
Thank you, Honorable. I'm sorry to call you Honorable, but you can be. You can be. You can be. Yes, you can. I want to confirm the issue on CHPs that I've already approved the payment, and I believe by next week all the members who are engaged will be getting their salary or their stipends. Again, on issues youth, we are beefing up the Youth Enterprise Fund. As a county, we have been allocating resources so that we can have that money revolving for the youth. There was an issue that was raised by one member that it's like His Excellency is leaning towards the health projects under SI. Yes, health is wealth. If we have a sick nation, a sick county, we will not be in a position to produce. So we really need to beef up our health sector. Thank you. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Honorable Chirichir.
Thank you, Trevor. I was asked a question on Edu. Edu is a technology company based in Germany that is working with developing countries to improve learning outcomes in ECD and also in primary schools. So it is being used to teach practically lessons in mathematics, social studies or social skills, and English. So once the learner has been taught in the classroom, the same learner will practice what has been taught using an Android phone. Because this digital learning works very well with Tayari program, which is the syllabus for the learners, and has been approved by KICD and ICT Authority. So it is very engaging, it is practical learning, and it improves retention of the learner, because once they have been taught by the teacher, once they have read from the books, they practice using the phone.
Okay.
So once we are successful, because we are piloting with 423 schools, which is fully sponsored by Edu, we shall roll out in the next financial year to all our schools in the county, all the 900 schools. Once we are successful in our ECD, we shall also proceed to vocational education and training, where we shall do digital training in our VTCs.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, very briefly, sir.
Before maybe the governor says something, on behalf of my colleague for sports, I also want to report that we are a proud county, that we produce champions.
Okay. Thank you for that.
The girls who conquered the world just recently
from here
are residents of Kericho.
Thank you. So, Governor, I'd like us to do this in a quick fire format before I give you a chance for closing remarks. So there's a question from Kelvin. Just answer in one line. Inamoi Theatre Wing, when will that be operational?
Yeah, so that one has already been answered by the CC.
Okay.
That's 85% done.
Chepkemoi says government poultry farming and the promising, they have some more programs that you're promising
the NAPCD program, as we had begun, we continue Chepkemoi with our program, which is supplying the chicks and supporting our farmers and those who are even incubating by giving them eggs to fertilize, so that we push on the program. The bigger picture, Chepkemoi, as I'd always said, is that we work through NAPCDB to have a poultry slaughterhouse in Kericho, where all our chicken or all our cuckoos will be able to slaughter them in a place and get value for the same, and we support you in the marketing aspect of it.
Okay.
We also look forward to aggregate all the eggs from the county, and we also tie them with our supermarkets and be able to support the poultry farmer fully.
All right, Cheruiyot, policy to help young people get employed. Can you do 70% local and 30% from other places?
Yeah, the law is already there that 30% is reserved from those outside the county. However, what he has asked is a very valid question. I look forward to having a round table, and that's a challenge to me. I will organize a round table with the investors in Kericho, right from Rice Cement, the multinational tea estates, all the investors we have in these markets, and I'll call a meeting for them so that we have 70%. I have not done that yet, but I will do it, and it's a challenge you've given me.
Are you ready to dissolve the county? Say Cheruiyot still. Are you ready to dissolve the county?
Yes, there were a discussion that there was a stalemate. Yeah. But as it is now, we have had a discussion with the leadership of the county assembly. We have had a discussion with the clergy of Kericho, and we are making good progress in this county. We are all agreeing that the county has to move forward as one.
So you're not ready to dissolve it just yet?
We are having a good discussion.
Okay. There's another question from Ruto up there saying that there are the allegations that you haven't responded to. Are you ready to be prosecuted yourself?
Thank you. He asked me, what about the allocations that you have not responded to?
Yeah.
The Londiani Saka that has been talked about day and night, and the families were comforted because I think they are turning in their graves because everybody keeps saying this. When they want to hit a political bunch of the governor, will say, Pesa ya Londiani. The fact is nobody has stepped forward and say, I never received money. Number two is that the court of this country, which is an independent arm of government, cleared those who were mentioned. And so the governor could not do anything because the court has cleared that there was no money lost. Number three, the Kazim Mtaani, the PPRA are on it, the others are on it. When they keep a report on it, we'll be able to act. And by the way, Trevor, you asked me in one line, there is a young man here called Gejua. I think it's that here. Can you start? This boy, today, he has a house, courtesy of Kazim Mtaani, and he has poultry, and he's about to marry. Which is a very good. So if I was being impeached by supporting a young man like this, so be it. I'm a good man. Just it.
All right. Lagat said Cheromit. Do you have vendetta with the MCA there?
All right.
Just in one line.
My brother Lagat and the great people of Belgut, I want to state this and say this for the people of Kericho for a fact. Even if the governor has some dispute with an MCA, it doesn't have a fight with the people of that ward. Remember, the MCA and the governor are elected, and each of them had distinctive roles. The MCA has a work of oversight. The governor implements the budget that has been done by the assembly. Quickly, he has of two key projects there. There is a water project that was done long before I became a governor, and you'll agree with me, that one around Serrated, which has not been complete. I commit that you are working on a plan to be able to complete that particular water project. There is one at Chepkosilin, which already has been drilled. What is awaiting is equipping. Okay. In this phase, we have a budget to do solarization, equip it, and be able to distribute the water. Okay. Now, the 108 million you were asking about, you know, these are small water projects, which eventually will serve a small village. Okay. The 108 project is the one we are extending from Serrated, you see. So, you see, there is the water through Chaika Foundation that I partnered with. Yeah. And they gave me 12 million. I've already taken water to the TTI, the Chepgetun TTI, out of the partnership I had with Chaika. Okay. That same water project now, I'm extending and building a big tank at Cheromit, which will be able to serve a large area all the way to Kabluten and take the same water via gravity to Kabatega. Okay. And it is not that we are neglecting the water project that was begun by the previous government, but it's just that.
1 minute closing remark, Governor. We've already run out of
closing
time.
remark.
Oh, yes, and there was a Marshall plan that was asked by Andrew.
Okay, Soin.
Yes.
So, Soin, and he fully confirms that I have my roots there because that's where my mother is coming from. I want, first of all, to tell the people of Soinsi Gawet, as your governor, that I brought to Soinsi Gawet the biggest project of 500 million. Today, we are doing an aggregated back, the aggregation center at where, Andrew? At Kapsorok, and are building the 500 million. All our avocados, all our fruits, all of them will do value addition there. He asked me about the hospital. We have finished constructing the MCH facility at Kipsidet Center. I committed to you when I was checking on the accident victims the other day that through KDSP program, we are also going to allocate more money to keep seated hospital to upgrade it. Okay. You will agree with me, Andrew, and the people of Soin Sigawet, that at Kaitui, I have managed to build the trauma center and it is complete, and I have equipped it. It is just waiting for me to send the doctors there, and it becomes operational. Okay. I am equally almost done with Sondu Market, and Sondu is in where? Sondu is in Soin. Sigawet Center, I have already supplied with water, Sigawet Center. Kiptere, I have already supplied with water, Kiptere. Sosur Water Project is in Sigawet. You are in safe hands with Dr. Mutai and the Minister of Sigawet.
All right. Closing remarks, 30
My
seconds.
closing remarks is
30 seconds only.
We have had our lows and highs as the people of Kericho County. To the great electorate who elected us 2022 with a lot of belief, right from the governor, the senator, the women rep, and the MCA. The rankles in the county has been too much. It has been too suffocating. I want to commit to the people of Kericho today, as I sit here, that the process of reconciliation I have spearheaded. And this reconciliation is a reconciliation to give us room to deliver on your mandate. I'm calling upon all the leaders of Kericho, Senator Aaron Cheriot, who is the majority leader, Women Rep Beatrice Kemei, all the 6 MPs of this county, all the 47 MCS plus their speaker, that it is time now to stop the rankles and we move the county forward. Okay. I trust God that he will deliver Kericho to a safer zone. Okay. And to the people of Kericho, you are in good hands. All is well, and we will deliver as we move forward.
Thank you so much for making time this evening. We started this conversation on Monday. It's Tuesday now. We are still having the conversation. We want to thank